Eren Yeager, one of our main protagonists in Attack on Titan. A young Eren saw that godlike behemoth smash Wall Maria when he was 10 years old. Eren then got motivated to become a scout and joined the Survey Corp at age 15. At that time, Eren was 5 feet 7 inches, or 170 centimeters. He also came in at 139 pounds or 63 kilograms. Lighter than Mikasa, by the way. He's currently 19 years old in the manga. Eren's most notable traits have been how easily it is to get him angry, and him always yearning for that freedom that is hell. His best friend, of course, is Armin, but perhaps some people look way too much into this. There has always been that rumor among the scouts that Eren and Armin are way too close. Despite getting that massive ass whooping from Levi, which some people strangely got turned on by, Eren has always had a very deep respect for Levi. The second individual on that list that Eren looks up to a lot includes Commander Erwin. So quite the list. Eren's gonna have to work really hard to match those levels of badassery. How much of a fan are you of Eren? Or perhaps you prefer the older Levi? You could bet that they knew that fans were craving to snuggle with these two, since Eren and Levi happened to be the first ones to get official Attack on Titan body pillows released. Perhaps you even already got one. If you don't, you could own one of these bad boys for around $84. It was pretty unusual when both of these were released, since most of the time for an anime, it's the ladies from the series that get their body pillow released first. But in this case, it looks like they know their fans pretty well. They must have realized how popular Eren and Levi were, for both the girls and the guys. On the bright side, I bet that Mikasa was happy to buy a couple of the Eren pillows. The voice actor behind Eren Yeager is Yuki Kaji. Much like for Levi's voice actor, this guy is also a super veteran voice actor too. I bet you might be able to recognize at least 10 of these characters. The chubby protagonist, Haruyuki from Excel World, Koni's long-lost brother from Blue Exorcist, the main banana cat from Banania. No, I'm not joking. Shoto from My Hero Academia. I bet you're even watching that anime this season. Kei from the recent CG Guns movie. The protagonist Shu from the spectacle that was Guilty Crown. Phoenix Wright from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Issei, the main character from High School DxD. Finian from Black Butler. Takumi, the best friend to the main character in Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Katsuhira from Kisniver. Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins. Yukine from Noragami. That fabulous ninja Sonic from One Punch Man. Out of all the ones here, this one definitely was a surprise. Citron from Pokemon X, Y, and Z. Terunori from Food Wars. Ayato from Tokyo Ghoul. Osamu from World Trigger. What also makes Yuki's portrayal of Eren that much more special is how much it actually helped Mr. Isayama. He has mentioned in the past how he's never really figured out Eren until he heard him speak in the anime. It made him realize the weakness in Eren's voice, how Eren says all these things about killing titans, but in reality, it sounds like he's bluffing to help convince himself about this too. So about Eren's relationship with his hot Asian sister Mikasa. These two have always had this interesting dynamic. It seems that Mr. Isayama intentionally flipped the cliches of the powerful hero and the princess that needs to be rescued with both of these. Mikasa has always been known for saving Eren's ass even since they were young. It's funny because she was also always throwing Eren around, even as little kids. It also doesn't help Eren's case that up to this point, he's been kidnapped 3 fricking times. The anime even excluded the scene of Mikasa picking up Eren just to break up a fight with them. That girl must be taking in so much protein. Perhaps this has also contributed against Eren seeing Mikasa's feelings towards him. On top of that, take a look at this. Mr. Isayama happened to draw a female version of Eren. What do you think about her look? I'm sure that Mikasa will start playing for the other team for a piece of that. Let's talk about Eren's Titan form, also known early on as the Berserk Titan. More importantly, notice that sculpted physique on his Titan body. It's the type that would make any Mikasa faint within a 1 mile radius. Mr. Isayama has revealed the inspiration for Eren's Titan. Meet Yushin Okami, a Japanese MMA fighter. Eren's Titan form is based off of him, specifically that Titan body. Mr. Isayama has mentioned how Yushin has the ideal physique of a middleweight mixed martial artist. As for the face of Eren's Titan, that is still a mystery. Perhaps you have an idea about this one. In the meantime, you're gonna have to wait until we get some future reviews. An interesting development happens for Eren and Mikasa's Lost Girl story. You may have heard from my video delving into Armin about how Eren spent some time helping Armin with this project. Both of them were busy for a few months trying to build a freaking airplane. Once they were done, Eren decides to take off immediately, leaving Mikasa behind. Of course, things don't go as planned, because what little 9-year-olds can build a working airplane? During takeoff, they completely lost control of the plane. Eren quickly acted and pushed Armin outside of the plane, and thus saving his life. Eren unfortunately went splat and died. Good thing for everyone, this was just a dream. Or was it? It is always interesting to see what changes when a manga makes the leap into the anime version, or just plain weird when it gets a live action adaptation, but we don't talk about that. The Attack on Titan author Mr. Isayama had a personal request regarding Eren for the anime portrayal of him. He specifically wanted Eren to come off as a worse person and appear more useless. That's a pretty strange request. It almost makes you wonder if he even liked Eren in the first place. Now, contrast this to the changes made for Eren's Titan when he took on Annie's Titan in the season 1 finale. In the anime version of this, Eren's Titan actually put up much more of a fight. He was able to smash and destroy Annie's face in, and not to mention rip one of her legs off too. The end of that even gave you Eren's Berserk Titan form. I often get people asking why Eren didn't use this versus Reiner. The reality is, this never actually happened in the Attack on Titan manga. In the manga version of this fight, Eren got a complete ass beating by Annie. Let's talk about that one time that Hanji wanted Eren to get hard for her. Not in that way. You've seen how Annie's female Titan was able to crystallize part of her body. That ability would be extremely useful for combat, or just sealing up walls for Eren. Thankfully, Hanji and Eren happened to conduct a few rounds of Titan training, or you could call them experiments, just to see what would happen. In test number 1, Eren was able to produce a 15-meter Titan. The Titan was able to follow instructions, and even perform some more complicated tasks that they asked of him using logs and rope. Hanji did notice how Eren was not able to speak, and this was due to him not having a mouth being structured for that purpose. Eren was able to write messages in this Titan form. The only thing he was not capable of was actually getting anything hard. After 30 minutes of rest time, it was time for the second test. This time Eren's Titan was only 13 meters tall. Unlike the first, the second could not follow any orders at all, and more importantly, this one seemed very hungry. It even started eating that structure that he previously built. What a damn waste. Eren's Titan then continued to go wild until his batteries were done. Notably this time, their group had to help Eren out of his Titan. After 30 minutes, it was time for test number 3. This one was a complete disaster from the start. Not only was Eren's Titan not even 10 meters tall, forget about that height, that thing could not stand on its own. This mass of Titan meat was also more fused with Eren's body, so tearing him out was also more of a pain. Poor Eren, just look at that messed up face. It's completely fracked up. Anyway, even though ultimately Eren failed to harden skin at all, this did provide some very interesting insight into Eren's Titan form. You found out about the inspiration for Eren's Titan, but how exactly did Eren get his powers? You actually got a hint of this early on in Attack on Titan Season 1. It was in that dream sequence that showed his father. About that wasn't exactly a dream, but a distorted memory. After Wall Maria was lost, Dr. Yeager headed back from the interior to quickly find Eren. While the three of them were in that refugee camp within Wall Rose, his father found Eren, grabbed him, and then took him to a nearby forest. There, Dr. Yeager injected a young Eren with a Titan syringe. It immediately turned him into a small Titan. Look at that cute thing. It even looks like a baby version of his current Titan. Anyway, Eren in his Titan form then ate Grisha, and this was how Eren gained his father's Titan shifter powers. So in case this was your theory about the events, the powers did originally come from his father. What makes things even more interesting is that Mr. Isayama originally didn't plan on Eren having this memory issues problem. This means Eren would have known about his Titan abilities right from the day that he got them. Oh, and also the fact that he happened to have ate his father too. Talk about living this fucked up life. Alright, time for the big one. Big spoilers ahead as we find out what exactly makes Eren's Titan so special. Let's start off with the name. Eren's Titan is known as the Attack Titan, also known as Shingeki no Kyojin. This Attack Titan is known as a Titan that's always fought for freedom. As this Titan, Eren is pretty agile and is able to regenerate fairly quickly. Eventually later on, Eren is actually able to harden his body, but only after consuming a can of Titan hardening steroids. He's also got this little nice healing factor as a Titan shifter whenever he's in human form. You might have even noticed this after he got hurt as a scout trainee. Yeah, that was sneaky and pretty clever of them. Unfortunately, Eren's gift comes at a cost. It'd be more accurate to call it a curse anyway. The origins for his Titan ability is known as the Curse of Ymir. The whole backstory delving into this is another video or two on its own, but what's important here is that any Titan shifter will die after 13 years. No exceptions. At this time, Eren is 19 years old after the time skip, so he's only got a few years left. But that's not all. Eren actually has the power of 2 Titan shifters. Somebody's cheating. In case you were wondering what the hell that was at the end of season 2, Eren was able to tap into the power of the other Titan. This one known as the Founding Titan, or the Coordinate. And yes, both of these previously belonged to his father. There's a lot of backstory regarding this Founding Titan also, but just know that one of his abilities allows the user to command and control all other Titans, potentially other Titan shifters as well. So freaking awesome. Eren must be extremely overpowered now, or except he would be if it wasn't for this awful restriction. Normally, only a person from the royal family bloodline could tap into that power. Dr. Yeager and Eren are not from this royal bloodline. So how was Eren able to use that ability? Let me give you his theory about this. Eren believes that someone like him, who is not from the royal bloodline, is actually able to access that power as long as he touches someone who does have royal blood. So remember that Titan that ate his mom? That Titan just happened to have some royal juices flowing within it. So hopefully one day Eren is able to fully master this almighty Titan ability. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Definitely give us a colossal thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed, especially if Eren is one of your favorite characters. I don't often see people bring Eren that much as their favorite. Although despite that, I think at this point I've seen people pair Eren with everyone. So let's find out which one is the most popular. Question of the day. Which is your favorite shipping with Eren? There's so many wonderful options from Attack on Titan. And bonus, do let me know which character you want to see next time. Definitely check out my deeper look into Armin Arlert, and I'll see you guys later.